What's up, nerds? Welcome back to the Nerd Lounge 2.0. My name is Austin. This is my beautiful, amazing, awesome, perfect wife, Ray. We are your friendly neighborhood movie review watch couple, movies and shows. And this week, we're nerding out on Superman. A little bit late with this video, but we went and watched it. And we're going to have a lot of thoughts about it. We're going to talk about it. It's going to be super great. So let us know in the comments if you guys watch Superman and what you think about it. This week, we're starting a new segment called Disturbing Movies My Wife is Making Me Watch because she wants me to be scarred. And I watched a movie called Taxidermia, which was not a good film. It's about a story of a grandpa and like their son, like his son and like the grandson. And it kind of like goes through this like generational thing. And like the grandpa is like doing nasty things with like pig corpses. And the son was like this professional eater. And there's like these really gratuitous scenes of people just like vomiting endlessly, which was great. And then the third story was the grandson who's like a taxidermist who, you know, spoiler alert, he taxidermies himself and then he removes his own head and then he taxidermies his obese father, and it's absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, go check it out. The other one that I watched was a movie called Tusk, which was actually kind of like a decent movie. It is disturbing, and then it's disturbing for like the first like 40 minutes, and then there's like this part in the middle where it just gets really ridiculous. And then in the very end, it like goes back to like being dark and twisted again. So I would actually recommend Tusk. It's pretty brutal, but for watching it for one time, you know, I don't know. You don't have to watch it. I wouldn't recommend you watch it.
Didn't you also watch Strangers Chapter 1?
Oh yeah, there's a movie I also watched. It's called Strangers Chapter 1. It was not good. It was literally a carbon copy of the first one, which makes sense because it's like the first time that people did the thing. So obviously it's going to be, that's like how, like if they're serial murderers, that's their method, you know? Mm-hmm. But the characters just made really dumb decisions. Like the person knocks on the door and says, "Hey, is Tamara here?" It's like from the first one. "Hey, is there here?" And then the boyfriend is like, "Well, I'm going to go into town for 45 minutes and go get you some food," versus like someone creepy to knock on the door and they're probably still lurking around. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to leave you in this cabin alone. And then I get back and then like, I don't know, we just make really bad decisions and things. Or he was like, "No, I left my inhaler. It's in the car in the auto shop in town. So I need to go find it." You know, and he took a motorcycle and he rode into town.
Yeah, that's pretty stupid.
Yeah. And then it ends in the exact same way. They're tied to a chair. They get stabbed, you know. But, you know, if you like slasher movies, go check it out. If you like disturbing movies, sure, give Taxidermia and Tusk a watch. But that's up to you guys. So we're going to start with a quick nerd breaker because now the DC movies are expanding and they're bringing in actors from like that have been in Marvel movies and even, you know, things like that. So we did a this or that type of segment with our friends from Geek Off the Street. So we're going to do a this or that with multiple characters across the DC movies, okay? Mm-hmm. So I'm going to say this or that, and then what we can do is we can say it at the same time to see where we line up, which is funny. Okay? So we'll start with Superman, Henry Cavill, or David Cornsweet. 1, 2, 3. Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill is my Superman. Give it up.
Give it up.
Give it up.
You're so lame.
Lex Luthor, Jesse Eisenberg, or Nicholas Hoult? 1, 2, 3. Nicholas Hoult. Nicholas Hoult.
What?
Nicholas Hoult did really good.
What?
I'll get into that, but I like Nicholas Hoult. I thought he was good. Jesse Eisenberg was like this, "Oh, hey, I'm this eccentric guy." I don't know.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll get into it.
We'll talk about it.
I have my notes here.
Okay.
Another character in this movie was Green Lantern. We'll go Nathan Fillion or Ryan Reynolds. 1, 2, 3. Nathan Fillion? No, Nathan Fillion was hilarious. Guy Gardner, but it's also different characters. Guy Gardner and Hal Jordan, they're both they're the human, they're the Earthling that became the Green Lantern. Mm-hmm. And Guy Gardner, it was a decently, you know, I'm reading on Wikipedia, guys. I don't have all the comics, okay? But it was a decent adaptation of Guy Gardner based on the Wikipedia bio.
Okay.
So, Lois Lane, Rachel Brosnahan, or Amy Adams. 1, 2, 3. Amy Adams. Amy Adams, I thought did a great job as Lois Lane. Yeah. I think they had a more believable chemistry, you know. So, Perry White, Lawrence Fishburne, or Wendell Pierce. 1, 2, 3. Lawrence Fishburne. Love Lawrence Fishburne. Great actor. Super awesome. I thought he was a good. I thought they were both okay, but Lawrence Fishburne definitely had more screen time, so maybe that's why.
Yeah.
Batman, Christian Bale, or Ben Affleck?
I already know his answer.
1, 2, 3.
Christian
Ben
Bale.
Affleck. Ben Affleck is my Batman. Love that guy. He was getting, dude. He got so buff for that role, dude. Well, so did Christian Bale too. But say what?
Disgusting.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
Why is that disgusting?
I go with Christian Bale.
Okay. The Joker, Heath Ledger or Joaquin Phoenix?
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Heath Ledger.
That's
Heath
the
Ledger
one.
or Jared Leto? 1, 2, 3. Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger,
Heath
yeah.
Ledger is he's the Joker. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's kind of it. Just a few of them. Just there's probably going to be more. You know, you didn't see the Robert Pattinson Batman.
No, I didn't.
It's super long. It's like dark and gritty and things like that. Like, do you know Michael Keaton enough? Val Kilmer? Do you know those movies? You know, George Clooney was a Batman.
I've never seen the George Clooney Batman. I've seen
Val Kilmer, Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton's
Yeah.
Batman, but I haven't. Yeah, that's probably the only other Batman I've seen.
Yeah, the Michael Keaton Joker was like Jack Nicholson. You know, like he was the Joker. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, we know a lot of the recent ones. I have not even seen the old Christopher Reeve Superman movies. You know, and there's another one called Superman Returns, which was like another reboot that didn't do very well. It had Kevin Spacey as Lex Luthor, actually, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, I looked it up.
Did you look up some stuff
Well, I looked it up because I didn't know the names.
of the people?
So at least I looked some stuff up this time, guys. Jeez.
Yeah, we're doing a little bit
Trying
of
to do better.
yeah.
So you guys can stop dragging me in the comments.
But also drag away, man. I don't care. It's the part of the engagement.
I care.
It's part of the engagement process. It's part of the engagement.
That's so rude. Yeah, drag my wife. It's a
No, I said drag me or drag us together. We're in this together, partnership.
Okay.
We're gonna jump right into our Superman review. It's already been out for about a week and a half. Do we even need to do non-spoiler thoughts?
I don't think so. I think we just go straight for it.
I think we can dive right into it. I think at this point, guys, it was such a big. The marketing for this movie was really big. The anticipation for this movie for James Gunn coming to the DCU was really big. So I think that people that were gonna go watch it, or were part of that, the DC side or the comic books, whatever, have probably already seen it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna dive right into spoilers. To start, my wife made a funny point in the very end where there's like that dimensional rift that you said it gave Bifrost vibes,
It does.
which I thought was funny. I think like if we go back and watch it again, there's probably going to be a lot of things that we pick up that were kind of like maybe not necessarily inspired, but like similar to like Marvel and stuff like that. I definitely got Lucy vibes when the engineer was tapping into
I said the same
the
thing.
mainframe thing.
Yeah.
Super Lucy vibes. She's like tapping in. She's all electronic and stuff. So we'll go into. I kind of have my little notes here. Not too many things, but we can always go into it. But we could start with. Let's start with like the writing, pacing, story. What do you think about the story? Do you want to start with the rating or do the rating later?
Let's do the rating at the end.
Okay, we'll do the rating at the end. So yeah, we'll start with dialogue, story, pacing, plot.
Okay.
What do you think? Go for it.
You go for it.
Yeah?
I usually go first.
I started off.
Yeah, you start out.
I thought David Cornswet was okay. It definitely just jumps you into a existing universe, which I do appreciate because I think it's gonna be able to expand more faster than like maybe like Marvel. It's very hard to like not compare the two.
Yeah.
Especially when James Gunn did a really great job with the Guardians movies, and now it's coming into the DC movies. So it's definitely hard not to compare. So yeah, like Avengers definitely had like the big build up before the first Avengers movie. There was already like 5 or 6 movies explaining everything, getting everything set, and then this one is just kind of jumping you right in to it. But I think it did okay that if you don't know anything about Superman, like us, which we really don't, that you can go into it and, I don't know, I think I'd appreciate it for a Superman movie, for a comic book movie.
Okay.
So I thought the characters were okay. I liked Lex Luthor. I liked Nicholas Hoult. I thought he actually did really good. Because you're obviously stepping into these shoes. David Cornswet's following Henry Cavill, and Nicholas Holt's kind of following other people that were Lex Luthor and stuff like that. Like Gene Hackman was the original Lex Luthor in the original Superman movies. But yeah, I thought it was, it was an entertaining film. I do think there was a few slow parts that kind of made you feel the runtime. It's only a 2-hour movie, but it felt a little draggy at points, I thought.
Okay.
What do you think?
I thought it was an okay movie. I don't know. When we sit down and we do like these podcasts, my mind always tends to jump in like several different places of what I've seen and things I've taken in. I think the opening scene with him already being in the snow and then him whistling for Crypto. I didn't read the comics. I don't know too much about it. I watched, oh God, I think it was the cartoon version at some point, maybe like with the kids when they were younger, and I was always underneath the impression that Crypto was Superman's dog. Also, I think it was portrayed in another Superman movie that like Crypto came.
The Super Pets?
Maybe Super Pets. That, and there was like something else I watched. But I thought Crypto was Superman's dog. Apparently,
I feel like I thought it was too.
I was wrong. Or maybe they changed the storyline. I have no idea. But we'll talk about that part at the end. Okay. But yeah, him coming in, him calling for Crypto joking around, trying to save him and, pull him.
Jumping on him.
Yeah. Thought that was cool. And then the movie kind of just takes off from there.
Yeah, like the opening kind of text really kind of just pretty much tries to catch you up with like, here's Superman.
Yeah, but I guess my only question is that you're coming in and you're starting the movie from that scene. Where does that scene lead? Does that scene lead from the events within the movie to him being there? Or is that that's how we're starting it off?
I think so, because he said I have to get back into the fray. So he must have, it literally said like 3 hours ago he was fighting the Hammer of Baravia, and 3 minutes ago he suffered his first defeat.
Oh, okay.
And
that was, that part.
It must have, in the very beginning?
Yeah.
At the very beginning of the movie.
I didn't read it.
It literally says like 3 hours ago he was fighting, 3 minutes ago he suffered his first defeat, and then he crash lands.
Oh, okay.
And then he gets like the sun rejuvenation, and then he says, I gotta get back into the fray. So he must have got beat down, and then he had this movie jumps right into the beginning of whatever that conflict is.
Yeah, it does.
With Hammer of Baravia, whatever, who becomes...
And Ultraman
Who is Ultraman, but then he becomes... it's a character called Bizarro, which is the Superman clone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we're learning things, guys.
We're learning.
We're learning things, okay? Okay.
But yeah, I guess that's great. Just really just takes off from there, and it's for the most part, pretty engaging. Definitely seeing like, oh my God, what's gonna happen next? I don't want to say it jumps around a lot, but in certain parts of the movie, it does seem like it jumps a little bit from situation to situation.
It's a little
jumpy, in the middle towards the end, it gets a little jumpy. Because then you see Justice Gang, and then you see they're fighting like this alien, and then you see Lois and Superman talking, and then and then he gets taken in, and then then there's the fight in the desert, and then so it gets like a little
jumpy, where Superman goes into like the pocket dimension prison thing. Yeah.
And I'm not saying that like other movies don't get jumpy, because they 100% do. I think that with these newer movies coming out, they're trying to cram in as much as they can, and fill in holes, of what they think fits and works, instead of more so trying to tell a line by line story, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
It's like four short films in one.
Yeah, you're you have like... Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say you have like the Superman plot, and then you have like the Clark and Lois plot, and then you have like the Daily Planet plot, and then like the Justice Gang plot, and then like Lex Luthor's thing. So there's a lot going on, and not a lot of time to be able to like explain all of it cohesively. But I think his probably idea was make this movie and then decent enough movie that you follow, introduce a lot of characters, so that when we start branching out, this is kind of the introduction, so is it entertaining?
Yeah.
Were you entertained?
I was entertained. The visuals were great.
The visuals were cool. The fight scenes were pretty great. The end conflict was like 30 minutes long or something, which is like pretty crazy. So yeah, things were good. What do you think about like some of the writing? Like for example, the biggest one is probably like the Lois Superman interview at the apartment. What do you think about that? I thought it was like, my theory was like, first half compelling like Superman development, and then the second half of the speech was just like exposition about Superman.
So that whole scene I did not like. And the reason why I did not like it is because I feel like the way they set it up was really awkward in a sense of a way. Like, at this point, we know Lois and Superman are dating. But which I did catch is that when they were talking, when Clark and Lois were talking at the newspaper office,
Daily Planet.
Yeah. And she goes, oh, you do a lot of interviews in Superman. And he's like, yeah, something that's called good journaling. And she does that look like, I know, like, are you Superman? Like that kind of like, huh. So you might have an inkling, like, maybe at that exact point, you don't know if she knows that Clark is Superman. You get what I'm saying? Like that look of like, like, okay. And then
watching it, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Go ahead.
Watching it the first time, I feel like I didn't know what they were going to do. If they were going to know each other or not.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
and then
it was all right.
It jumps to like this apartment, and like her apartment, and she's grabbing a bat, and it's like, okay. Like, and then it shows Superman in the kitchen cooking breakfast. Like, if you know that you guys are dating and this man either has a key, because he's Clark, he's not Superman right now, he has a key, who else would be in your apartment? True. And your boyfriend is Superman. That's a good. So why would you even need the bat? Because you know he's going to be there. If
you are actively seeing each other.
Yeah.
And you know he can either walk through the front door or slip in undetected.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, I was like, that, okay, whatever. I was trying to build suspense. I was not suspended. If you're trying to build suspense. And then
oh, sure. You're like, oh, is it something dangerous or is it just Superman? Yeah.
And then he's like cooking breakfast sense. And then puts her on the counter, and then they start smooching, and then he's like, something, I'll give you an interview, and then boom, like they just immediately start doing the interview. Not like, hey honey, let's cook the meal I just made real quick before it gets cold. Like, how about we do that, and then we can proceed with the interview? No, we're gonna do the interview right now, and it just goes straight into like this argumentative, like 10-minute scene. Yeah, 10-minute scene of them going back and forth, and you see the food on the table.
Do you?
I paid attention to it. Yeah, like it's on the coffee table. They just like didn't eat it.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, okay, it was a very aggressive interviewing, I feel like, situation coming from Lois.
I think the reason for that was because she said to him, you know all the answers ahead of time. Yeah. So she was trying to like make a compelling Superman interview by catching him off guard and asking the hard questions, asking the tough questions about him, like responding to conflicts kind of like on his own accord and going like kind of, he's essentially an American citizen. He's an illegal immigrant. He's an alien immigrant. He's an American citizen, whatever it is. And he's kind of going against like government laws and like things like that, going behind people's backs and going around stuff like that, cutting corners and whatever it is. So yeah, she was asking tough questions. I thought that part was okay. But then the part where he's like, yeah, I'm an alien. My parents sent me here. I just thought that part was just like, if you don't know Superman, here he is.
Yeah.
You know, kind of shoved in there, but
yeah.
Everything else was okay though.
Okay.
About that part. And then he just leaves. He's like, dinner's or whatever. And then he
breakfast for dinner.
Cooks, and then he's like, oh, I'm going to
go. Yeah. He didn't want to do the interview anymore. So he just dips out.
One of the things I also noticed was that like Superman in the comics is like generally like a lighthearted character. Batman's a more kind of like dark character. So this movie was like humorous, but it didn't like, I don't think it went too hard into the Marvel treatment of like being everything is a joke.
Overly, yeah, jokey.
I think that there was dark moments that needed to be dark, and there was humorous moments that were fitting, I think. But I did like the Superman speech at the end where he's with Lex and he's like, I put one foot in front of the other and I do the best I can. And I thought that part was compelling.
That was a good moment.
Yeah, I thought that was actually pretty
good.
And
Crypto comes in and like ruffles him up. So I thought that was good. I thought that was good.
Absolutely. So yeah, there's a lot of great moments. There's a few moments that I think kind of go on a little bit too long, kind of drag on a little bit. Things could maybe been a little bit more condensed. I thought that the casting was good, but there is a lot of people to follow, and there's a lot of little side plots. So it's sometimes a lot to follow, and it might make it feel more draggy. But overall, pretty good experience. So what do we think about the Superman actor? Does he come into the role well enough? Does he have enough to work with?
I mean, I think he's okay. I'm going to give my honestly brutal opinion. I think that they looked for the person who looked the most like Henry Cavill and was like, hey, you look like you can do the job. Can you act? You can act a little bit? Okay, let's do it. Let's run it. What other movies was he in? Or is this his, like, debuting role? Was he in, like, smaller films? He looks like a younger version of Henry Cavill. Cavill. Let's see right now. Twister.
Pearl.
Oh, he was the guy. He was the guy she was sleeping with. The movie technician. Okay, look both ways. We've seen that movie. We didn't see Twisters though. That's the new Twister movie. Never heard of Affairs Estate. Never heard of Project Payday. Haven't heard of that movie. So,
if these are all of them, it doesn't seem like too many projects so far on his.
Yeah, it looks like he's been in about 6 or 7 movies, maybe 8.
Like feature films, maybe it looks like.
So not too many. So for me, like, yeah, he was in Pearl and he was in Twister, but those were all I would want to say. I haven't seen Twister, like I said, but Pearl, he was like a supporting actor almost. He wasn't like the main.
He didn't have too much screen time in that.
Yeah.
Either.
So for this being like his first big movie as like the main character, I think he did okay. I think obviously with all these people who come into like these big roles, there's always room for improvement. The one thing that I did notice that really pissed me off was that he had this one perfect curl. Everything else was like slicked back and nice, and it looked like they took like one of the curling rods and like just curled it and left it there.
That's what Superman looks like.
But no, Superman has like a little
yeah,
like a little swoop diddy doop. This was like a full on curl.
Yeah.
Yes. And if I can find the image of it, I will have Austin put it in. But it was like a full on curl, like towards the end, and it really pissed me off. I was like, comb it out or something. I know you guys are trying to like get this project done, but this one curl just really agitated me. I also want to talk about his costume for just a second.
Yeah, go and do it. Yeah, let's do it.
I did not like it.
Where it's actually the comic accurate with the red spandex.
No, I feel like they could have made such a better costume, because at some points when you're watching this movie, it looks like a costume from like the costume store. It looks like it's just like a full on slip on, where everything is like printed on, if that makes sense. Like, you know, like my Spider-Man, like just onesie.
Yeah.
At some points it looks like that. And then from other shots, it looks like, of course it's cloth, but it looks like my mom made it for me for Halloween. I think they were trying to go more of like the vintage route with the costume, which maybe I can respect and appreciate.
Yeah.
But I wasn't a huge fan of the way that it looked. It looked kind of, costumey to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't disagree. It definitely, but I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know too much about the comics where if his suit like a cloth, like kind of like thing that you pull over, or is it like a skin tight, like,
mm-hmm. Or is that, you know, what his mom made for him, you know, and when he, you know, he has these powers and Mom, I'll make you
well, whatever it is, it was fireproof.
Well, yeah. So I don't know. I'm just saying, like, at some points it looked like a slip-on, just like onesie costume. So
I don't disagree. What do we think about Lex Luthor? Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor. Go.
Exactly. Get your ass. See.
I'll start over.
Okay, go ahead.
What do we think about Lex Luthor as Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor?
I'm stuck to the chair. I don't know. I prefer Jesse Eisenberg. That is my hot take, and I think I prefer Jesse Eisenberg because he gives like that kind of creepy, eccentric, like knowledgeable outcast kid who you don't know what he's capable of type of vibe, I guess. Compared to Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor, it's like, I don't know. I want to say I feel like he was a little stiff as Lex Luthor until like the end, when you see him like basically snapping because he's like at his breaking point where he's like just calling out numbers and he's like R2 74 whatever the codes for Ultraman.
Yeah.
When they're down in the bottom. But I feel like the conversations that he were having were just very like, well, that's what we do. This is what we do. We need to do this in order to do this. This is what's it called? Planet Watch. And it was, I didn't feel scared of him. I feel like if I was in a room with him, I'd be like, hi.
Yeah, that's kind of how Lex Luthor is, though. Lex Luthor is like really super intelligent, and he kind of uses his intelligence, and he creates like these like mech suits and stuff that can combat toe to toe with Superman and stuff like that.
Yeah, I get that, but I don't know. I guess maybe I didn't. Maybe I have to watch it again, which I usually do after we do these podcasts. I usually watch the movie like as many times as I can because going to the movies is expensive. But I guess the conversation within dialogue of people, like you look at Jesse Eisenberg and the conversation that he has with people as Lex Luthor is very in depth. It's like his vocabulary, his range of the performance. Like even when he was giving Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor was giving the speech at the party, he kind of like snaps for a second and then he like reels it back in. And he's like, okay, enjoy the party. You know, those little moments.
I thought I actually do like him. I think he has a lot of good dialogue.
Yeah.
The whole like, insanity thing is a 3-letter word for people that people can't comprehend or whatever it is. I don't remember, but
yeah, but it's like those little moments is what I like. But so I feel like Nick Holt as Lex Luthor was like a little bit more toned down, a little bit more I'm gonna figure out a way to have my way type of thing.
Versus Jesse Eisenberg was just like, I'm gonna just take it right now. Well, I mean, he kind of was. All the people in Lex Luthor Corp now instead of Lex Corp are like all fine with what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're all like on board with killing Superman or whatever. So hey, that's kind of villainous.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but I don't know. I just like the quirkiness, I guess, of Jesse Eisenberg. It feels more of like a character as a whole. Except for it's because I've seen it Nick Holt in other movies, and I'm like, that's how he acts in other movies. He's kind of like just this guy who's like, okay, and?
I mean, I definitely got like shades of like the Menu.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's just like, and? Okay.
Yeah, he's just kind of, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, even in the Menu, he's like, yeah, I brought you here on a date. Yeah, we're all going to die. Okay. And then just goes to the back end himself. So it's like, I don't know. I like to see the crazy as a character, like even in the small moments.
Okay.
So I just didn't. I didn't get the depth of emotion until the end of Nicholas Holt's performance.
Yeah, at the end I thought he actually did pretty well.
Yeah.
He's kind of showing his true colors.
Yeah, between like him and Superman's speech, I thought that was great.
Yeah.
Now, if I could have got a little bit more emotion like that throughout the movie, I think I would have been able to build more of a relationship with the character.
Okay.
Versus the beginning's just like...
He's just like, hey.
Planet Watch.
Yeah. So the thing I like about... We recently watched... also Dawn of Justice, and it seems like both Lex Luthors have really extravagant plans. Yeah, he had a really seems like a convoluted plan where he was like selling arms to Baravia so they can invade Jarhandapur so that he could become the king, and so that he can then like entice Superman to go save the day, and then he drags Superman's name through the mud, and then he can get them to invest in Planet Watch, and then I can do with the thing I want. I could go trap Superman, but it looks like I'm also like just trapping a bunch of people in this pocket dimension thing. I'm just like making people disappear, which is like crazy. That was not very explained at all. Oh yeah, I just found a way to create dimensional fissures, and I just harnessed the power to create portals. Now I can just control it.
So let us know if that's comic book accurate, or we can do our own research if they in fact in DC. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, DC is super you think Marvel's cosmic, DC is super cosmic too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There's they have a multiverse. They have all these, the big Superman villain is this guy named Darkseid. He does a bunch of crazy stuff.
I just think it's also very weird very coincidental how they're bringing out this Superman movie who's all about pocket universes, and now Marvel's making Secret Wars.
Yeah.
So isn't that like the same thing?
I mean, honestly, essentially, Secret Wars does take place in a place called Battle World, which is like remember in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness where they have the incursion where like multiple like realities are like clashing? It's like that. It's like this clash of like all these realities, and then they have to go and fight.
And she like cuts through the thing. She like cuts through something, and they like are gonna like walk into like this pocket dimension.
That was the dark dimension. That was where Dormammu lives.
Dormammu.
Yeah.
I come to bargain.
But yeah, so that was But yes, I do agree. But James Gunn might have also like Marvel had like their roadmap of what they want to do, but now it seems like James Gunn also has a roadmap of what they want to do because of this movie existing. So he's already cracked open the whole multiverse thing and stuff like that. So they can go many different directions, So, but yeah, I agree. I thought his plan was like a little wild, but that's kind of Lex Luthor's thing. It seems like I think he's just kind of that guy here. He's like so smart. He's too smart for his own good that he just makes crazy plans. But yeah. So that was our talk about Lex Luthor a little bit, and we might circle back as we kind of continue here. But what do you think about like the flying scenes, the fight scenes, the villains?
The flying scenes were great. I will say the only thing I wish is that they would have showcased Superman's what are they called?
Like super speed?
Like his
power set?
Powers more. Yeah. I wish they really would have. Like,
I don't think he ever used the heat vision. Only Ultraman
No, exactly.
did.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't get laser eyes from Superman not once.
I don't think he did.
He did not.
He only got beamed in his eyes by Bizarro.
Yeah. So that was like a little bit disappointing. I thought that the flying scene, if him going up and he's like, hey, dude, up top. And then he like flies up super high just to come down and like gonk the monster on the head. It's like, why didn't you just use... I understand he wasn't trying to, like, kill him. Because he was like, oh, we could have taken him to a intergalactical zoo or something.
Yeah.
But it's like...
Which obviously exists, an intergalactic zoo.
Yeah.
Because the Green Lantern was like, yeah, well, no.
Yeah.
Obviously the thing, which is funny. I want to see the intergalactic zoo now.
Yeah. So, I was like... I understand you're not trying to kill the thing. But at the same time, like, all I get is you flying up super high and coming down and punching him. And then you using like your super breath to like blow the dog away. And then on top of this, this is what pissed me off too. Like Superman is like supposed to be a person who is not supposed to like destroy stuff to the best of his abilities. The monster smashes him with his foot. And then Superman decides to crawl under the ground, destroying the ground, and then shoot up out of the ground. Instead of just like, why can't you just like use that pressure and shoot up at the monster?
Because then the monster's gonna get off balance and fall into a building and stuff.
Then he can catch him. He caught him before.
Yeah.
He leaned on him before and caught him before. Why you gotta crawl under the ground?
Yeah.
Why you have to crawl under the ground so far away? I'm like, what's going on? Where is he going? Is he leaving?
I do agree. It didn't really showcase like...
But maybe this is just like the beginning. Like this is Superman, like a younger age, and he's still learning what he's capable of. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
But go ahead, say your thoughts.
That he has like he has the heat vision. He's got like X-ray vision, like super hearing, like the breath. Obviously, like super speed. I don't think the super speed was like too showcased, where he's like faster than a speeding bullet and stuff like that. Like he was fast, obviously. Well, him like kind of rescuing like the squirrel and stuff like that was
cool.
That was kind of cool.
Those scenes were sick.
That was kind of cool. My thing about the flying scenes was when it's like zoomed out in frame and you're seeing him fly around. I thought it was really cool. But there's a few scenes where it's like on his face and he's like flying when they're like the Justice Gang is like, oh, how'd they get in? And then he flies to go to the Fortress of Solitude to find that it's all tore up. It's like on him and it's like shaky, and the parts where it's like on his face I thought was a little jarring. Not my favorite, but when it's like him and he's like zooming around between him and like Ultraman and they're like in frame and they're zoomed out, he's like doing this and stopping and changing direction. That was great. That part was all super great. But in my opinion, when it was like very close, choppy, shaky cam flying scenes, little disorienting. But that was just me. But everything else was pretty sweet. What about like the villains? Other villains, Ultraman becoming Bizarro, and then the Engineer, the giant kaiju thing, and
the Engineer is what the girl.
The Engineer was the girl, the nanites.
You know what? I we got Lucy vibes from her when she's like doing her thing, trying to get into the computer. And then I also got Big Hero 6 vibes when she when she turned like the spinning arms. I forget what her name is in Big Hero 6. We'll put a picture of her right here.
Oh, Go-Go? Her name's
Go-Go?
The one with like the rollerblade discs?
Yeah, and the helmet, and she has like the dark short hair.
Yeah. Her name's Go-Go, but like also the vibes of like...
Go-Go was the blonde girl.
No, the blonde girl was Honey Lemon.
Okay, so yeah, Go-Go. That's the vibe I got with her.
But it's also the vibes of those microbots.
Yeah.
That guy, like the microbots, he's like, that's a good pull.
I got a Big Hero 6 vibes.
That's a good pull, actually. Yeah, which is
cool.
I'll put a picture of the microbots and the engineering bots, the nanites.
She was cool. She was sick.
I did think it was cool when she like flipped around and then like shifted all the way up because her entire bloodstream is those nanites.
Yeah.
So she could make her entire body crazy stuff. So
yeah,
we'll definitely do some research on her because she seems like a really awesome character.
Yeah, and she's not dead.
No way. No. They
took her away. They just said that her heart was faint.
Yeah, if her blood is comprised of the nanites, then it's probably hard to kill her. You have to destroy her, like disintegrate her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought she was okay. I thought Ultraman, it's all right.
Do you think he's dead? Getting pulled into some kind of black hole thing?
No, absolutely not.
Probably not. Probably goes into the next movie.
Yeah.
Probably goes into the next universe.
Yeah. He's not dead.
All right. What about the Justice Gang? There's like the Justice League. There's the Justice Society in the Black Adam movie. That's
why I asked him, like, when they flew in, I was like, is this Justice League? And he was like, no. He was like, they're called something else. I was like, awesome.
I think I might have called them Justice Society.
And so the hot girl, what's her whole thing? Like, she just screeches and flies?
I think she has like some kind of bird powers. I think she does like a screech, and she was also doing like the kind of sonic boom wings.
Okay.
So she's got like some powers.
Okay.
And they're all metahumans, so they're all very durable. Like even Mr. Terrific, like he was getting like thrown around by Engineer when he got thrown into the stadium. And I was like, he's like super intelligent, but all the metahumans they can take a punch way more than just a human can. So, but Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner as the Green Lantern, or is it just Nathan Fillion doing Nathan Fillion things?
I think it's just Nathan Fillion doing Nathan Fillion things. I got the same vibe from
Guardians 3. Master Karja.
Yeah, I got the same vibes. Like, I love DC. Well, I like DC. I love Marvel. And I really just wish we could, like, create a pocket of, like, different characters to use within this cross between these superhero movies. There's like millions of actors, well, not millions, but thousands of actors out there.
There's probably millions of actors across the world.
Yeah, and it's like for some reason we just love casting the same characters between Marvel and DC.
Well, Nathan Fillion and James Gunn are like friends,
and that's completely fine. I get that, but if you're gonna be in these movies in two different, what would you call them? They're not different genres, different
cinematic universes.
Yeah, like. At least
different studios.
Ask that person to like, hey, I understand like this is the character. This is how we need you to portray this character. Don't like just portray it the same way you portray it in every other movie.
Unless the character calls for that, though. I think Guy Gardner, the character, calls for that type of personality, and maybe that's why he thought of him for that instead of doing Hal Jordan as the Green Lantern.
I don't know. I just got the same vibes from Guardians 3, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's definitely just kind of like Master Karja. I was literally thinking like, what procedure, bro?
Yeah.
But hey, I mean, it works. Like, if it worked, like, people probably think it works. I thought it was entertaining, but I'm glad that the screen time that they had was, I think, fine. And I thought Mr. Terrific really shined.
Yeah, I loved his character. They did a good job on his character. He was awesome.
Yeah, he was super.
He was awesome. That whole scene with the fight at the camp.
His fight scene, yeah.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, I didn't think he could take out guys like that.
Totally Guardians vibe, but just what did he say? He got there and he was like they're like something you can't be here. You need to leave or something like that. And he was like, I was thinking the exact same thing. And then they start fighting, like what he said underneath his breath.
Oh yeah.
Super good. Yeah. Super good scene. But definitely Guardians vibe.
And
the little slow motion parts and like the music's going and...
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
And like the kind of long takes of the fight scenes and stuff.
Yeah.
I agree. And he goes, the one guy's like, I can help you. And he says, oh, goddamn, Mr. Terrific.
Yeah. Yeah. So really good.
Yeah, he was really cool.
good scene. That was an enjoyable scene.
All right, we're going to go into our likes and dislikes for Superman. My likes, I did like Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor. I did like the end fight scene with him and Ultraman in like the stadium, and the kind of cosmic nature of it when like the rift was like splitting and stuff like that. I loved the fact that like Hot Girl... We're going to go into our likes and dislikes of the movie. I think that Nicholas Hoult was okay as Lex Luthor. I liked the end fight scene with Superman and Ultraman. I thought it was pretty cool. Like in the stadium, Mr. Terrific was there, and the engineer. The part where they're like flying up, and she's like covering his entire body.
Yeah.
And stuff. I thought that was actually pretty cool. I did like the Baravian president being like, "You won't kill me," and then Hot Girl just like drops him.
Yeah. She said, well, I'm not Superman or something like that, and she like drops him.
Something like, or like, you don't know me that well or something. Yeah. Something.
Oh, yeah. She was like, something, you won't kill me, something Superman. And she was like, you don't know me that well. Yeah. And then she drops him.
Yeah. Something like that. She just like drops him, dude. And I thought that was awesome because they just don't have the same kind of rules as them. And obviously, like, he kind of was a bad guy because he's pretty much doing genocidal stuff and things like that. Crypto wrecking Lex Luthor in the end, just dragging him, making him a thing, you know, smashing him through desks and stuff. And then obviously everything about Mr. Terrific was super great. I did like the Green Lantern fight where he's like making all like the hands pop up and he's making the tanks fly and stuff like that.
That was cool.
That was all cool. All the visuals and stuff were really, really great. What about you? What about some of your favorite likes about the movie?
I don't have like too many dislikes. Like I like the fighting scenes as well. I like the music. The music was pretty good. Of course, it's James Gunn, so the music's going to be top tier.
Sure.
Visuals, in my opinion, were great. Trying to think if there's anything that really... I was really sad, though, about 4 when they killed 4.
Well, they didn't. But
I'm saying he rebuilt himself.
Well, I think they somehow rebuilt...
AKA Gary.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I thought there's... For me, right now, there's not too many negative things to pick out about it.
Okay. I think my only negatives are like in the very end when like the rift is splitting and it's like spending so much time on like these small conflicts, not small conflicts, they're all big conflicts, but it's like in the meantime, probably like tens of thousands of people are dying.
Yeah.
You know, like when it's like splitting through these buildings and buildings are falling and like they're falling on the bridge and Superman like catches the building. Sure, you saved the lady in the car, but there's no way that building was like evacuated or something, you know, there's probably like still thousands of people that are like unfortunately losing their lives, which is a nature of the comic book genre, you know, that there's going to be a lot of collateral damage and stuff like that. So, but I was just like, you know, people are like talking like, hey, we're just having like a talk or whatever. And like the rift is like still splitting, you know? The story and the cast do seem like a little bloated at times where you're following so many different people around and things like that. So, you know, it's kind of hard to develop all your characters and make them all compelling, but obviously you're going to split this into a giant universe, which makes perfect sense. And the last one I wrote was, it's a 2-hour movie, but it does feel long at times.
I don't know. It's interesting because now in my mind, I'm just like, how are they going to shoehorn in for like this? I'm going to say like universe before someone's like, it's a different universe. Because you guys love to tell me. The one you're talking is a different universe.
Well, it's the James Gunn verse now.
How they're going to shoe in like Justice League, how Peacemaker was in it. So he was doing an interview on the TV.
Yeah, so that it seems like his Suicide Squad movie
is in this universe.
And the Peacemaker is canon in the Gunn verse.
Yeah, how they're going to shoe in Wonder Woman. All these kind of things, what kind of takes they're going to have on them. Who's going to be casted for Wonder Woman because it's not Gal Gadot, how do you say her last name? Because she's done. So yeah, just really interesting to wonder where it's going to go from here. Who's going to be casted as Batman, you know,
That's
for
true.
this?
That's true.
Is it Robert Pattinson's Batman? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
We don't know who's going to be Batman, but whoever's going to be Batman, it's going to be... People are going to be very critical of who the Batman is going to be.
That's probably true, actually. Yeah.
Because people were super, super critical when it was Robert Pattinson. Everyone's like, oh, it's going to be terrible. Some people loved it. Some people hated it. I haven't watched it. So... I'm gonna show Austin the picture of the curl I was talking about.
Okay, send me it. Yeah.
It's really bad. It's really bad.
Oh,
You see what I mean?
Oh, I guess you're right. Like it's like this little like little like just a.
We'll put it on the top, but yeah, that curl bothered the crap out of me. It did.
Do you have any other final thoughts?
Any other final thoughts about this movie? Honestly, I don't think too many. I think I said everything I didn't like about it. I think I said everything I did like about it. What about you?
I think I got all my thoughts out because I took some notes, so we can do our rating.
Yeah, and if I think of anything at the end, we'll do like a last 5-second.
A final recap.
Final recap.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna do rating out of 10.
Okay.
Same time.
Ready, set, go.
8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. B, nothing spectacular. Nothing really bad. Definitely a lot more good than bad.
Yeah.
I would say. Entertaining Superman movie. Go watch it in theaters.
I would say go watch it in theaters.
Go watch it in theaters. Go watch it in theaters. A really awesome experience in theaters. The sound design, the editing, the kind of like magnitude of like the fight scenes, all of like the kind of hits. You kind of feel like weight of when Superman is punching you and he's doing that laser circle beam where he's fighting off like they're called the Raptors, which is really, really cool. So yeah, go check it out. Definitely make your own opinions about it. I definitely knew, I think, that you weren't gonna that you're gonna have like a decent rating. I'm glad we're similar. See, we've been similar a lot in the last couple movies.
Yeah, sugar on your lip. Austin was eating a donut.
Don't give me away, man.
You had sugar on your lip.
Was it? But yeah, so we liked it. So, I don't know. Let's say I don't know if I have a question of the day. Question of the day is what DC character actor portrayal do you prefer the best? Do you like David Cornsweet as Superman, Henry Cavill as Superman, like we did for the Nerd Breaker? Do you prefer Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor, or Jesse Eisenberg, or Gene Hackman? Who's your favorite DC character actor portrayal?
Okay.
That could be a good one.
All right. Do you have the Rotten Tomatoes score for this one?
I do have Rotten Tomatoes pulled up.
Did you already look at it?
I did.
Oh, dang, I was gonna have him guess the score.
You can guess the score. Or did you already look it up? Oh, you looked it up too? Yeah. So as of the filming of this episode, with 420 plus reviews, critics reviews, the tomatometer is 83%, and the audience score with 10,000 verified ratings is 92%.
That's pretty good.
Very highly well received.
That's pretty
Definitely, hopefully, going to make enough money to overly justify making more.
Yeah.
James Gunn is definitely going to crack the lid on this DC universe, which I think is cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see where it goes.
Especially that's what I was going to say, because especially now they've also shoehorned Supergirl in there.
Supergirl.
At the end. So that's going to be interesting.
Yeah. And her name is Millie Alcott or Lily Alcott. She was the young, I think, Rhaenyra in House of Dragon.
Oh, okay.
Before they did the age up, she was the young actress.
Okay.
Yeah, she's gonna be Supergirl, which I think is cool.
Which I'm assuming she's from Krypton. Correct?
Well, yeah, they're all from Krypton. They're Kryptonians.
So how many survived?
That's a good question.
Because Superman said they were all dead.
That's a good question.
So how many survived?
Unless she was off world when it happened or something like that.
Like she was partying. She was off partying at the red sun.
On the red planet sun. Or the red sun planet.
The yellow sun or the orange sun, whichever one, you can't get drunk. The yellow sun, you can't get drunk.
But she can get drunk on a red sun planet. She can get drunk on a
red sun planet. So in case you guys want to go gallivant,
Yeah, find one of those. So yeah, she literally might have been doing that.
Yeah, and then we didn't even talk about Elemental Man.
Metamorpho.
Metamorpho. He's sick.
Yeah.
He's cool.
Totally forgot about him.
He's a cool character.
He was cool. The fact that he can they said metamorphize any like known substance, but like how does he know what substance? Does he have like the knowledge? I think he's also the character's name. I looked him up a little bit. He's called Rex Mason. Okay. I think he's also super intelligent with science, stuff like that.
Okay.
So all these characters are always super intelligent, super scientific, a lot of sciencey type people. But he was cool.
Yeah, it was a good way to shoehorn in the kryptonite.
Yeah, true.
And also to give him the strength to be able to power himself up from the kryptonite. Him being able to give him some kind of like sun ray.
He builds all of the elements of the sun.
Yeah. So that was he was
like
sick.
carbon, nitrogen, and he like flashes.
Yeah, and he was like making it in his hand. Yeah, that part was really cool.
That part was actually cool.
That part was cool.
So good catch. I totally forgot about Metamorpho. Yeah. Element Man, aka Metamorpho, very cool. Yeah, super cool character. He's probably a character that can like re-synthesize from like one molecule or something like that. I would think, or something.
Yeah, because the what do they call it? The Planet Watch people? The Ravagers. They were like, "What are you doing? What are you making?" or something like that. And he was like, they asked him if he was making something. He was like, "No, I'm making something acid." And then splash it onto them.
Hydrochlorofluoric acid or something.
And splash it onto him and so that part was cool.
Yeah, that he can like synthesize all these different elements. That's kind of a cool character. He's definitely there's probably somebody that matches him on like the Marvel counterpart, but he seemed, for this movie at least, he was pretty unique, which was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Has a new element, and at one point he was just a floating head, so he can obviously like re-synthesize his body.
He was like, "What's that squid thing floating around?"
Yeah,
Mr. Terrific.
There's a baby and a squid
God.
man.
He's like, "There's a flying dog." I'm looking at a flying dog.
We got Superman, a flying dog, and a squid man and a baby.
Yeah, so pretty good, man.
Yeah, very very cool. So yeah, awesome, super decent rating. 8 out of 10. Definitely highly recommend. Go check it out and let us know what to watch and review next time on the show.
Because we got a new setup. You guys like our new setup?
Yeah.
Do you like it?
Let us know also what other kind of artwork we should find. We're trying to do more conventions, and there's a couple of cool places that have cool, unique art. So I know that we're doing a Superman movie, but we have a lot of Marvel stuff. So let us know how we can branch out. Let us know what other types of artwork or characters.
Or if you guys want to make us some art and send it to us, we'd love to put it on our wall.
Let us know. Very cool.
Yeah.
All right. As always, guys, my name is Austin. This is my beautiful, amazing, awesome wife, Ray, from the Nerd Lounge 2.0. And see you next time, and stay nerdy.